Welcome back, shooters, for another edition of Shooting Straight, a handball podcast with JD and Max. I am joined live in Max's apartment with Max. Max, tell us about today.
JD, we had a crazy day today. I want to say, I think this is the first live podcast we've done maybe since the RV trip back from New Jersey, and it got to be 2021. We have not gotten a chance to do live pods a lot because, well, Macedonia was one, but it was a little jumbled, and there was 20 other people there each time. Anyways, Today we had a day. Wake up. JD, we're going to set the stage here. In case you didn't realize, he's here. His family's here, too. We got Kaylee Orr. We got the two children. We're going to leave them nameless for their safety and security. Stranger danger. We learned about that today.
If somebody wants their information, they can have it whenever they want.
Not from me, though. So anyways, woke up today. Kids are right out at 7:30. I went to work from 8 to 5, as I do every day. Tessa here, too, of course.
Max, big workaholic.
Yes, I am. Tessa is at work 8 to 5 as well. The Orr family had a tour of Chicago the last 3 days, actually. Today's tour of Chicago included Navy Pier, the Children's Museum at Navy Pier, Lincoln Park, the Lincoln Park Zoo. Then we all met up at a little place called Pequod's. Had a little pizza pie. Me and Tessa, JD, and the Orr family. Then came back to the Hub. We're not going to dox where we live, but the Hub. And then we went to our Thursday night softball game, and I think the bulk of this episode is going to be talk about our softball game before we get to handball.
Yeah, it was a long day in the streets of Chicago, and everybody's pretty wiped from it.
Well, not me, but
yeah, Max works hard every day, so can't knock that. I would say Pequod's, little pizza review of time.
You got a little Dave Portnoy here.
The air conditioning does not work.
I thought it was quite regular temperature. JD's like freaking out. JD's like, somebody
I literally turned the fan on.
In my own apartment, we keep it hot, to save money, to be frugal.
What it's worth.
And JD,
no offense to the Max and company household here, the temperature is set to 78 degrees.
We lowered it for you. It was 86 last week. So anyway, I didn't even know we had a screen door to the front porch. And he's like, can I open the screen door? And I was like, no, you can't, because we don't have a screen door. And he was like, screen door's right here, buddy.
Anyways,
like, wow.
Solid pizza, better than I remembered it.
I thought it was
shout out Pequod's.
Very good caramelized crust, exactly what you want in a
better
Chicago
than Lou
pizza.
Malnati's for the few listeners we have that are Lou Malnati's people.
More like Lou Malbatti's. Yeah. Gino's tomorrow for
Gino's
JD.
To cap off our Chicago pizza.
The 4 days,
campaign.
3 pizzas. That's a lot of pizza.
But yeah, we've covered a lot of ground here. Did Shed Aquarium. Would not recommend.
Not go back, no?
I don't know. We'd probably go back, but it's just very
if you're a child
designed.
under 5, maybe you go back, right?
I don't know. There's just not a well put together
Field
facility.
Museum, what do we think?
Field Museum, you could spend a lot of time there.
Marshall Field, famous mall around tour. I don't really know. Merchandise.
A lot of cool stuff. But did not see any handball while we were here.
First forever. You did wear handball stuff every day, though.
I did wear a Chicago Inter handball jersey, and someone thought I was a rugby guy. So I had a very awkward conversation with him because he just kept saying I was a rugby guy. And
the Chicago rugby team won the national championship of MLR.
The Chicago women's handball team won the national championship. So.
Yes, that is true.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, we'll cap off here a little bit about the evening with our 16-inch softball of Chicago State.
So we lost 10-2. I was pitching. Only probably 3 of the 10 runs were earned. To be honest, my ERA is not in the gutter.
Max looked fine. For those that know Max's athleticism, he did better than normal.
Went 1 for 2 batting. This is my normal softball. I'm like not bad at softball. Like at kickball ones, I had like this game-winning catch that was like unreal. Like I can do sports that don't require like.
I'm looking for verification on this game-winning catch.
Tessa, did I get the game-winning catch in that softball game? Game ending, the game winning. We won.
Princess Violet.
If you make a game-ending catch and you won, it's game-winning. Yeah, okay.
All right.
I did make
confirmation.
Because here's the difference. Like baseball, you're not moving 100% of the time. Handball, you're on your feet 100% of the time. I'm the kind of guy where I'm at my best, where I'm just relaxed most of the game.
But you're training now. So
I am training.
Max says in his busy workday, he manages to squeeze in a 5-mile run every day.
Not a 5-mile run, not every day. I did do a 5K this week.
5K.
Yeah, it was a 4 o'clock 5K. I was done with work.
4 o'clock 5K, yeah.
a nice 5K. I did a mile at lunch today with Tessa. Tessa can verify. It was a slow mile, but it was a mile. Yeah. I mean, I've been training for over a year now running. I went from, because everyone talks about the couch to 5K. I truly did that. I couldn't run a mile. I tried. Me and Tessa tried. Couldn't get under 16 minutes. And now I knock out a 36-minute 5K like it's my job.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Genuinely, yeah. You wouldn't believe it.
Now, Tessa is an athlete.
But
you
shame, yeah.
is a little different conversation.
She did run a 3-hour, 30-minute marathon, which was faster than anyone in the handball community has probably ever run a marathon.
I don't know. I can't. I'd have to.
I feel like I feel like Randall could run like a 2:40.
I don't know.
That
If
guy's
Randall's got the
fast.
endurance.
Not anymore. Sty pre-ACL.
Sty cannot run.
Well, I said
Black
pre-ACL.
lung. Black lung would slow him down. Anyways, from a handball news perspective, right now we have the handball futures.
Yeah, you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of intel.
Yeah, Kurt is announced. Our buddy Kurt. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast, you know Kurt is commentating. I think that's great. I think that, from my point of view, it's disappointing that it wasn't wrapped in like a larger festival. Just in terms of eyeballs, I don't know where to watch it.
It's on the YouTube.
For the kids at home.
I know I got some complaints about the fact that it's being played on a short court.
It's short court? Oh, it's high school,
I don't know how we did not get a proper venue for a festival of this magnitude. There's been a lot of time and effort. Shout out to the Handball Futures community for doing a lot of good work with this.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most investment we've seen in a single event.
I mean, to me, this is a
96.
pathway for someone to come into the sport and actually have an opportunity to see a pathway to playing it at another level.
Yeah.
Because right now on the men's side, it is, oh, hey, you don't play in Europe, then you should stop playing the sport.
Or
that's the path.
You don't play in Europe, you're going to lose to the team at the U.S. Nationals of the team of all guys that play in Europe.
Yeah.
We've talked about that to death here, but
we'll get into that later, maybe in the show.
I don't think we will. I'm on timeout from that.
Let's dust upon it. But
we'll howl upon it.
Yeah. Okay, well, all right. Look at we real punny guy
I'm
over
done.
here. But on the women's front, they took 48 athletes, divided them up into 4 teams. Hummel, I know talks with some people. There was a lot of issues with the Hummel sponsorship situation, but they got full kits, bags, jackets, the whole 9 yards. So they're decked to the nines.
We have 4 O2 girls on the teams.
I have
4 or 5.
We have Katie Ann. We have
Legend.
Erin Jong, Hannah
Legend.
Faulkner,
Legend.
and Mackenzie Donnelly.
Don't think I know her.
She's a goalie as well. And
Legend. I mean, that's pretty damn good.
I think that's our Buckeye crew, which is
If Ariane lived in the U.S., she'd play. Surely.
Yes. And most of these girls are the new to the scene. The girls that have been going to a lot of these tryouts and camps and things like that are trying to keep
and that's the thing is that
involved.
This is great for the logical progression of the girls that go to those camps, because on the men's side, the logical progression, if you're not good enough to make the senior team, is what the residency program struggled with the whole time. And I think the current residency program is great. Obviously, I've said at length about how great I think it is. There's that opportunity. I wish we could get something like the Handball Futures on the men's side to showcase these guys, because otherwise, they're not getting the quality minutes of gameplay
what
that I
the
wanna see.
Treasure Coast team is. Shout out, Sam Proctor and Mark Miller and Gary Phillips, the predominant West Point squad. That when Mark takes them out of the game, it's maybe a little bit different team. But
I've lost to Gary plenty of times. Great guy.
Yes.
Baller.
So, the West Point guys, they can hold their own just fine. But I think you need multiple of those Treasure Coast teams throughout the country, and that's where I get, people give me a hard time that the Pandas don't play more. The Pandas would be that team.
The Pandas don't want to
The
play
Pandas
more.
just don't care.
They don't want to play in the first place.
So it's really hard when people come to me and say, well, where are the Pickerington Pandas, the 8th ranked team in the U.S.?
You have to understand what the Pickerington Pandas are.
In the D.C. area.
Shout out, Brian.
Yeah. No, this was the new guy.
There's a new guy?
I don't know I forget what his name is.
Shout out to the new guy.
He made some handball website and then ranked teams, and he ranked Pandas 8th.
I mean, they probably are the 8th if they all showed up and played. The problem is the Armada are a real organization. There are real people committed, and I appreciate every single person. You guys know.
Name me
Colby.
5 guys that have played for the Armada.
Arvid.
Most recently.
Colby.
As a co-owner, folks, put him on the spot.
So outside of that, we have...
He could look very close by.
We have JD and Kurt, obviously.
Just needs one more.
I said Arvid already?
You did. Mm-hmm.
Any of them in college?
You could count one that you would know that is in college still. Yeah.
I'm thinking here.
His name also starts with an A. Avid listener.
Yeah, we love Alden, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Alden had played lately.
Yep.
Alden 5. I played with the Armada lately.
Yeah,
summer,
there you go. Okay.
Under a year ago. I'm not going to New Jersey this year, unfortunately.
We got the Jersey squad we're taking. Listen to this.
Oh, God.
It's me. It is Dirt coming down from Boston.
Dude, if I knew Dirt was coming, I would have been more apt to say yes.
Okay. Well, Dirt's driving down from Boston. We're taking a train, and then we're going to pick him up. We got Douglas Otterstrom, the former national team goalie
in the
U.S.
Yeah.
And just recently moved to New York.
Wait, this might be a good squad.
We have Mile. I don't know his last name still, but he's Macedonian.
Wait, we have a good squad?
And then we have Felix, who is former junior national team
Our
from
Felix?
Zimbabwe. No.
Oh, not our Felix.
This guy is a monster.
What happened to the Montana guy?
I will never.
Anyway, back to the
speak
roster.
to him
Back
again.
to the roster.
You got me all turned around.
Kurt, Jeb.
Yeah.
Baller. One
Yeah.
of the best to ever do it. From the Armada organization.
That's the
I think
squad.
Jeb's our all-time leading scorer. I'd be shocked if he's not.
Flanders, or are you just saying it in general for
Armada history, yeah.
I would think Wrecker.
Wrecker played way less for us, though, because at Nationals he played for Nyack.
Yeah, but like Wrecker puts up like
20 a game.
15 goals a game.
Jeb puts up 15 a game.
Like 4.
It depends how many beers he's had. If he's had 3 beers, he puts up 15. If he's had 0, he puts up 4.
Well,
if he's had 10, he puts up 0.
So interesting squad for Flanders.
That could be a low-key contender squad. Pickerington's not coming, right?
No.
Good.
They have a wedding, so that's why.
Whose wedding?
I don't know. It's that they're all in the wedding.
So surely
it's
someone
gotta
we
be
know.
Somebody in the circle.
Ryan Davis?
Him and Michael Jewell both will be getting married next year.
Oh, congrats. I didn't even know Michael had a girlfriend, fiance.
Yeah, they've been dating much longer than Ryan's.
Podcast congratulations to Luke Bolte on his engagement. Longtime friend of the pod.
A lot of pandas getting married here.
We call them, they won a ring at Flanders, and now they're winning rings
in life.
In life, off the court. That's what you love to see from guys you mentor and bring up and that don't really respect you, in my instance.
Anyways, Ryan Davis performing live tomorrow night here in Chicago.
And the Roadhouse Band,
And the Mexican Dirtbag, I think it was.
Nope, we're gonna cut that from the podcast. If you heard
Saturday Night's headliner.
There is a band, something like that, but I'm not sure the proper name. And we're gonna. If I knew how to cut, that would be cut. So let's erase the last 30 seconds. Let's keep going here. So I want to talk about the deaf handball team.
Oh yes. So recently, what looked to be an AI generated activity that ended up being factual, and I don't know all the details yet, but
I don't think there are any more details.
Craig and the other coach both posted about it.
Craig Rott is back after a 5-year first.
I don't know, it's been 5. It's not been that long.
Been that long. A very long hiatus.
It's maybe COVID. Yeah. All right. It's been a minute. So Craig's back. Deaf Squad, the Silencers, an ultimate
happy
name.
Craig is back. Yeah, good guy.
He's someone that cares about handball. So.
He's in the top echelon of people that actually give a shit about the sport.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just.
Shout out to Craig. I bet he listens.
Everybody has their direction.
I'd be shocked if Craig isn't an active listener.
There's no way he listens. I don't think.
What else does he do?
He loves handball.
And if you love handball, you listen to Shooting Straight at Handball podcast, the number 4 handball podcast in the world.
And our main dog, John Ryan.
John Ryan is listening right now.
Yes.
I want to say, John, you are welcome at my place in Chicago anytime. We would love to have you. I'll take you to the sights and sounds of handball in Chicago. I've never been to a handball game here myself since 2022.
As an Iowa native, probably been to Chicago.
Didn't even know he's from Iowa. I just assumed he spawned at Air Force Academy. Like, spontaneously, John Ryan's 18 years old. I don't listen to his podcast.
Oh, it's not a podcast. It's just
he has a podcast. He has the Team Handball News Show.
Yeah, but he's not talking about Iowa.
And I'm not listening to it either way.
Anyways, sorry, John.
Love you, buddy.
But Yeah, so I don't see him coming.
My question about the deaf handball team is just very straightforward. Why can't you don't really need hearing to play handball?
No, that's why they're still good.
Level.
Like,
Yeah,
they were good before they kind of
that makes sense.
dissolved.
Like you just play together 10 times.
They're called the
Silencers.
American. Like
you play together 10 times. You're a top tier American handball team.
Yeah,
I understand why the wheelchair team is different. We can get into that later if
we will touch on that.
We want.
It's
been a while since we talked about them.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
I mean, I think the deaf team's cool. I think that they might as well just be Gallaudet College and just come into the college ranks. I don't really see why we need a national team when it's just guys from the same college. What do I know?
It's one of those things that's like, if the guy's good enough on the deaf team to be on the regular national team, like
put their own on.
You know, where do you draw that line?
I would put them on the regular national team. I don't think.
If he makes it, like, how does that work then? Does everyone have to learn sign language?
No, the coach just like write. You can just write stuff down. That's the thing. Like,
you just stand there with a board that says pass the ball.
You can read English. The coach isn't saying that. Coach Ortega trusts his guys to make plays. If there's one thing we know about Coach Ortega, he empowers his players. I was empowered by Coach Ortega during my time at Ohio State, where I was one of the all-time leading great bench sitters. Several goals scored in the low 20s, probably career. Since has not doubled
all time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see who they play. I don't know what the deaf, handball scene looks like at all.
Let's talk wheelchair.
So, multiple wheelchair fronts here.
Multiple wheels of the chair. That was okay.
The wheels do not go round and round, as we learned today.
They're spoken though.
So Ford Dyke, Dr. Ford.
Yeah, from Auburn University, Doctor of Physiotherapy.
He's the head coach for the wheelchair team, along with another comrade of ours, Mr. Eric Finch.
Longtime friend of ours.
And we've come to realize that there might be some drama with this wheelchair squad situation. So Ford has his own kind of nonprofit situation, and he was trying to fundraise for the wheelchair team to go to
the Wheelchair World Championships.
It was what was it called? Because the Wheelchair World Championships are coming up.
Yes, a lot of our listeners knew that.
There was this precursor of it.
Yeah, whatever.
And so they're trying to raise money for both, basically. And so Ford talks with Lewis about, having Lewis sponsor them because, hey.
He's investing a lot in handball.
Lewis coming in, throwing a lot of money around, and wants to make sure that we're getting, money to the right places. And so Lewis donates to, what he said was, I'd love if you could pull up the verbatim. Let me see if I can find the verbatim post.
$25,000.
50,000.
I'll do an ad read while JD pulls this up. We'd like to thank our listeners and sponsors of Shooting Straight, a Handball podcast. Our sponsors today include the Chicago Visitors Bureau. Visit Chicago. It's worth it. I let my friends stay at my place for free. If I'm not your friend, find a hotel. Our sponsor, Pequod's Pizza. The crust ain't caramelized. It ain't Pequod's. We got the post.
All right.
Shout out to our sponsor, Clemson University Wheelchair Handball.
Nope.
What's their mascot? Wild
Tigers.
Tigers, yeah.
Come on, Tigers.
I did know that. I don't know why.
All right, so I'm just going to read it here. Yeah. This is from June 25th, so we're
a month ago to the dot, basically.
School of Greatness in Lewis Howes, in partnership with the Los Angeles Handball Club today, announced a $50,000 title sponsorship in support of USA Wheelchair Handball. Delivered via charitable contribution to the 24 Fund, a 501c3 tax-exempt public charity established to support, develop, and promote Team USA adapted athletics. This is the largest sponsorship in the history of the program and a significant private investment in American team handball at a pivotal moment for the sport as the United States prepares to welcome the world in 2028. So, when you read those two sentences, it's saying that this is the largest donation to USA Team Handball and its existence, which is factually inaccurate because
untrue.
Verizon was way more. Verizon donation every year.
That's
more than that.
I read that as the biggest donation of wheelchair handball, which would be true because it's the only.
But that's what it means.
No one has ever donated to wheelchair handball.
But it's also not going through U.S. Team Handball at all. It's going through the Ford Foundation. 24 Fund, which is a fund run by Ford. So
F-150.
They're trying to basically find ways to have the money bypass U.S. Team Handball because of strained relationships.
Do you remember the Brian Windhorse meme? The wind, yeah. Why would that be the case? Could there be an ego situation?
So Lewis doesn't like Mike King.
We like Mike. Mike.
Yes. So, and I don't know where Ford stands, but
given the situation, 50K would swing his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I could give my candid take without getting fired from the handball community on this. And you know what? I can say this. I'm running for board. I'll put that out there.
Vote for Max.
Vote for Max. We'll get to that in a future episode. We'll probably
have to
next episode.
Yeah.
As someone running for the board, I think that it's entirely inappropriate for a U.S. national team of any variety that has the name U.S. national team to take money outside of the USATH. USATH exists to funnel money to the various national teams.
So let's talk through that. So
yeah, and I can make exceptions here for some. I'm not making it.
As someone that was on the board, the problem here stands. It's very simple. Each year, the budget will hold, say, $40,000. That $40,000 is allocated for national team expenses. You have 13 national teams now between men's and women's indoor senior, men's and women indoor junior, men's and women indoor youth, men's and women senior beach, men's and women junior beach, men's and women youth beach, and then wheelchair.
Yeah, no one wants my answer to this.
All right, so you have 13 teams. You got to divide $40,000 apart. So it's like, okay, do we do it equally, or do you do it need based, or do you do it on value of the team? You know, so like for instance, the senior indoor teams, they're both going to say, well, we're the ones that are actually in the Olympics. We're the ones that matter. The money should go through us. But then everyone else will say, well, what are about the wins? You know, where's the results? Where are the trophies? And that's where beach comes in, because beach has been, you know, very, very successful in our region, as has the indoor side.
The most successful.
I mean, everybody on all levels has dominated the NACH scene.
As we should be, yeah.
And on the world scene, beach is
solid.
It's
they had a tough,
arguably more competitive.
Yeah, they had a tough tournament, but outside of that, they've been very good.
And then wheelchairs finished second at World Championships their last time.
With that said, there are 8 teams.
So what are you going to do?
Okay, and I'll tell you my
slice
answer.
And dice this.
I'll tell you my
member.
My answer, and I think it's an easy answer. It's either you take the money and you get disaffiliated as a team, because I'm putting my foot down here, or you earmark the money through USATH. And I think earmarking the money is no problem. I think donating to USATH with the explicit request that 90+% go towards the wheelchair team, I don't see an issue with that, and I think that's something that should and would be facilitated. I have an issue with going to an outside entity, because what happens with an outside entity is there's no oversight, there's no auditing. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying Ford's a bad guy. I know him, good guy, but I'm saying if he was to be a misaligned actor and he was to take that $50K and he was to do things that many people in charities do, which is pay yourself an administrative fee of $40,000, only $10K gets to the athletes. Mm-hmm. I think going through he is an actual 501c3. Going through a 501c3 with heavy board oversight, with USA Olympic oversight,
tied to the team,
and a board of directors ensures that money is not being used for any misaligned reasons. And that's not a knock on Ford, because I would say that to anything. I don't give to any charity that I don't feel has a very clear mission, vision, values, everything. I run my scholarship and I run it through OSU Handball, and I give the money entirely to the kid every year for exactly that reason, right? Like, just in terms of giving, I think you should have to do it very direct, and you should have to not try to game the system. And I think gaming the system is bad, because we're at the spot where everyone hates each other. Everyone's trying to game the system. People are trying to usurp others' power, and it's a power struggle that we're sitting in 2026 in July. We don't have time for this. If you want to have this power struggle in 2029, don't give a shit. Do it. This is not the time. We need every hand on deck. We need every dollar on deck. And if you're going to give 50 to the wheelchair team, you should give 50 to the indoor team too. The indoor teams.
How far down the line do you stop?
I think right
Do you
now...
stop at our youth teams that go and
Yeah,
get
and I'll tell you this
beat
is
up by 50 goals? And
my official position on this is, and I wrote this in my statement, we are at a precarious spot, and everyone that knows anything about this will agree. You stop at the indoor teams right now. The youth teams I absolutely want to support. Your time is in 2029. There's going to be a very long time before you have the Olympics again here. That is the perfect time to invest in youth and work on that. We have 2 years to get as much money and as much support and as much advertising and marketing and marketability to our 2 national teams as we can, and we need to do everything towards that. Anything left over, youth and beach, wheelchair, would love to help you guys out. I'd love to find some source of that. $50K to the wheelchair team's a joke. Straightforward. They've existed for 1 year. When we have national teams that don't have funding, we have girls that are paying their own way to national team camps and games. That's ridiculous. They're absolutely not a way we should be running the program, and not a fault of Mike. Anything, we know the money's not there.
I mean,
but the money is there. It's
think
just going to
about
the wheelchair team.
any one event. Flights alone are costing us $15,000.
Yeah, and
for one team to go anywhere. That's just to show up.
We need our women's team playing in Europe as much as possible, and we're asking these women to pay out of their own pocket, which I got a problem with. And it's
as someone that has had to do that, I don't have a problem with that at all.
I have a problem with that in terms of, like, if we have the money, we should be supporting our athletes as much as possible.
Fair. But I think at the same time, to the point, when you look at the list of things that are a problem, like...
It's way down the list. I do agree. But could that $50K go to better training and better coaching and better facility? I think surely. Is that $50K better used for sending the wheelchair team to a tournament? And I think...
Fair.
Very obviously, the wheelchair team is not in the Olympics. They're not in the Paralympics. It's not a Paralympic sport. And we have the Olympics in 2 years. People are operating under this, like, weird, like, world where, like, everything is equal. And I'm not saying equality is bad, obviously. Nothing I would ever say. But I'm saying in terms of national teams, there is a priority, there is a hierarchy, and it starts at men's and women's indoor because we don't have time for anything else right now. In 2029, I would love to find an equitable solution. I think all the stakeholders should be at the table. I think there are ways we can work it out. I think for the next 2 years, we are at such a bad spot right now. We are so far behind.
This is where John Ryan says from the back row, but the strategic plan.
Yeah, and we all know how that went. So we don't need to relitigate strategic plans that didn't happen. The strategic plan, where were we at in 26? Surely somewhere we're not right now.
It'd be very funny if I pulled it up right now. How
strategic plans only work if you hold yourself to the strategic plan. If you set goals and you actually accomplish them.
I think we
could set any goal under the sun.
In like 2020, they had us at like 1 million plus followers on all our social media,
and that's what I'm saying is we're at such a bad position. And I hope, like, people can hear. I'm passionate about this because I don't want this to happen. We see a train wreck happening in real time. Mm-hmm. If you are in the scene and you don't think a train wreck's coming, you don't understand what's going on. I would like to prevent a train wreck. I would like to put every resource we could possibly get, scrounge up, find, into stopping the train on the tracks. Will the train still hit the station? Probably. It's too late not.
The problem is that we also have all these other trains that are like, don't have brakes, and they know, and they're just coming in to try.
And they don't want brakes.
They don't want brakes.
And you know what I am? I'm the guy standing on. No, I'm the route changer. What's that called? The railway man. I think that's it. Yeah, railway man. And I'm like redirecting those other trains.
Max the railway man. The man needed to direct change.
Will I win? Probably not. I'll probably lose for the third time, and I'm comfortable with that. If anyone listens to what I say for 2 minutes, which is we need immediate change in. Not directional change. We're in the right direction. We need immediate change, lurching forward.
So I'm not going to say my understanding from the board is that, and they meet a lot. When I was on the board, we met like once a quarter.
And I'm glad they meet a lot. There's a lot to get done.
Board meets weekly, bi-weekly.
I would be there every day if I had to be.
But nothing's happening.
And I think and I'm not on the board. I don't watch the meetings. I will start watching the meetings until for what
I don't think there's a lot to watch.
Yeah. Here's my point. There's meeting paralysis, and we know that happens. The more you meet, the more you say, let's regroup next week, the less gets done. You need a meeting schedule with goals and align on the goals and actually hit the goals.
Are you familiar with Robert's Rules of Order?
I'm very familiar with Robert's Rules of Order.
Are you familiar with parliamentary procedure?
Extremely, yes.
Because I think having been on the board and me personally not knowing those things like someone that should know them that's on a board was a problem for our board members because nobody operated in that.
Yeah, and I mean, they have their time and place. I think we're at a crisis point where, like, obviously we can do them if needed.
I'm just saying, like,
there needs progress.
There just needs to be functioning meeting conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You need motions, you need to read the minutes, you need things like that make up any good board. And I think without talking too much campaigns, dumb speech, like, if you're meeting every week, we're not seeing the results. And we need to be seeing the results. No one in the scene is seeing the results.
I mean, granted, everyone hates Mike. Everybody wants to get rid of Mike. Fine. Go ahead.
Yeah,
see what happens.
And that's the thing. Because if you want to get rid of Mike, okay, who do we replace Mike with? Lewis?
Great question.
Like, if you want me to list the 5,000 reasons why I would sue every single person involved in that possible, we're going to court. B, some things that I will not mention on the podcast without documentation that I would love to find one day, and I will be talking about this in the future.
I've heard some stories.
There are things to say, and I think the people that have been told that will talk about it if something like that happens. And C, it's... Sorry. We don't need a grifter running USA Team Handball. We are too far behind. We have lost too much to have a grifter come in, take over, and then just throw... Would he not combine us with the School of Greatness and would be the Handball School of Greatness? No one wants that. We don't need that. It's not what we want.
PR, man.
PR can be good. It doesn't work. We have learned this. It doesn't matter how many times we're on Barstool. It doesn't matter how many times we're on the news. It doesn't matter because people in America don't give a shit. And that's not the way to fix it. And because we're on the news all the time, basically. We've both been on the news.
We're on the news.
We're on the news today in Denver.
Yeah.
And will that do anything? And the answer is no. And the answer is, obviously, I'm not going to say the whole... there can't be a full answer. The answer is for the next 2 years, we need to be doing national team development and national team marketing and get to a point with the major players. And I'm not talking local news. We need NBC. We need to work with them. We need to figure out something. We need to figure out a way to get eyeballs on handball. And then after 28, we need to ground up youth development.
See, here's my hot take.
Yeah.
We're already washed for the Olympics.
Probably.
So there's no point in furthering, like, I'm not saying that we're not going to medal, but
we're not. So
it's a tall order on the women's side. And so my point would be to put all the eggs into the development baskets now. And so you have that net built out to wrangle people.
And I don't think you're wrong on that. My counterpoint is I don't think medaling is or should ever be the goal. The goal is looking respectable and getting eyeballs on the sport and getting kids playing.
Agreed. But if the problem is that when people watch it in the Olympics and they say, okay, let me Google this, see where I can go play.
Yeah.
And then they see, oh, hey, there's no team here. And then that's the end. Done.
And we've talked about this to death. And that's one of my planks in my platform is we need to support our clubs and we need to be doing everything we can to get eyeballs on clubs, people in clubs, and a direct development line.
Max, you've been living in Chicago. How long have you been living in Chicago?
3 months.
Okay. Have you been to practice with Chicago?
I have not. I don't
know. Do you know if they practice?
I do not. No one's ever reached out to me.
Case in point.
Yeah. Right. Obviously, sure, some of that's on me. The Chicago guys are not welcoming.
I was at the park today, the Oz Park. A lot of Wizard of Oz stuff. At the playground, there was a sign that said, youth basketball, youth softball, youth soccer, youth baseball camps. Scan this QR code, sign up. Just sitting there.
Yeah.
And they'd probably been out there for months. And the amount of times that we walked around today and it was non-English speaking people, this city should have no problem fielding tens of hundreds of handball teams.
There's a massive German community. There's a massive Polish community.
It's pathetic.
We have a professional volleyball team here.
Like
men's volleyball. Like the U.S. national men's volleyball team plays here. There's no reason not to, and it's because the people running Chicago Inter, quite frankly, have not invested in development outside of their club.
Patrick lives in Milwaukee.
And this isn't a hate on Patrick show.
He's got enough other stuff to do.
It's that we need a professional development base of clubs.
People have to want to grow.
And we need to, and I'll give myself a shout out for this. I recruited a guy who's doing more to grow the sport in this country than anyone else into handball. Kurt Schaefer, who works for USA Team Handball now, has started 4 college clubs in Colorado, does commentating more than almost anyone else. I recruited him to handball and I brought him in.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of connection that I make with people. That's all me. Well, obviously it's him too. It's not all me. Kurt's a listener. We love you, Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think something goes about like finding and identifying people to put in positions like that. Because if we had 10 Kurts, we'd be in a much better spot. And I want 10 Kurts. I want 20 Kurts. I don't think it costs a lot of money. But clearly we're paying Kurt. I don't think we can't find the money to pay for 5 to 10 Kurts and make sure they're doing the right thing. Obviously he's a one-of-a-kind guy, but There's 300 million people in America. There are a lot of one-of-a-kind guys that aren't all one-of-a-kind. If you get regional development directors in different regions and start growing that way, because we tried to do the approach of like, we bit off more than we could chew, right? Like, understandably, the college development director, it's a big country.
Mm-hmm.
You've done more than anyone in the college scene by far, and you set up all the Ohio college system. What if there were 10 JDs? What if we had people who were getting paid to be JD? JD's never been paid a dime by USA Handball. He probably has gone USA Handball over $1 million of
I don't know
whatever
about that. So.
No, but my point being, if we had a regional development program and we actually developed clubs and clubs had contact that would do something for them. Clubs have contacts now of people that don't have the time or space or money to do anything for them. What if we changed that?
Mm-hmm.
What if we took $50,000 and did that?
Yeah.
Or we could send the wheelchair team to a tournament
wheelchair team
in which they'll play 8 other countries in the world. Not a single person in the world will watch.
Right.
And they'll go home the next day and go back to their real life.
I want everybody to be able to represent their country.
Sure.
Win, country trophies for our country. It's just what matters at this point in time.
It's a precipitous time, and we're sending $50K to the we're
not getting it. That money's not being sent to anyone but wheelchair if that money is real.
To the Ford Foundation. Like, that's what's so frustrating, is that there are people with money, there are people with power, there are people that have both money and power and like handball, and none of them are doing anything that needs to be done, and that's what I want to change, because I don't want those people anymore. I want different people with money and power that are actually willing to help handball. Obviously, that's not an easy group to find. If it was, we'd already have it. It takes work and effort and connections, and I don't see it being done. Is the board doing that right now?
That's another thing. The board needs to be, helping with fundraising, and they're just.
And I'll say to that point, I spend as much in handball as you, probably more than 99% of people in this country.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even give a lot. I paid for 2 teams to go to college nationals.
Yeah.
And ran a scholarship that was sponsored by a website that I found that sponsored it and doubled its value. And I gave more to college handball than anyone outside of JD in the last 5 years. And that's not in a vacuum.
Not anything.
It's nothing.
It's a drop in the bucket. So.
You can raise $25K just by calling 10 bars. And we don't do that. We don't do anything. Except complain. We complain. Yeah. Mike sucks. We hate Mike.
Yeah, get rid of Mike.
Yeah. Okay, what are you doing instead of that? And also, who did we have before Mike? You want to talk about the before times? You want to go there? And not a diss on Martin. I'm talking pre.
Do you even know who was before Martin?
Yeah, the fucking wrestler, Ryan Johnson.
Okay, good. All right. Good.
Nothing. Before
Shout
Ryan, Barry.
Yeah.
I thought Tessa said that. I was like, there is no way in hell Tessa knew Barry. Barry, do nothing Barry is what I like to call him.
Barry had a lot of good ideas.
A lot of good ideas. Did any get executed?
A lot of ideas.
Who was before
he didn't
Barry?
Have a lot of time.
I know this.
You do.
He was my first CEO. I'm tapped out.
He's still in the picture. Still around.
Oh, was it Air Force Mike?
Yeah, Air Force Mike. Yes.
Look, love Kavanaugh. Long-term Kavanaugh fan. Played against him. Great guy. We didn't go anywhere.
His job was to keep the organization alive.
Yeah, and he did. Tried to. I think one of the problems we have in handball is that we're all friends because we all play each other because it's a very small community. And when you're friends, you do a bad job reflecting it. Who actually does a good job and a bad job, and it's completely true. So we're reticent to be like.
Well, they don't have a problem saying Mike did a bad job.
Everyone hates Mike. Outside of that,
yeah,
we reticent. Like, Kavanaugh's a great guy. I personally like him a lot. Like, and people are like, yeah, he was a good CEO. No, he was. Like, he did his job, and not a diss on Kavanaugh at all.
Yeah, he was not.
But we've had too many people that had done the bare minimum and not done their job, the bare minimum, and not what we need. We need JD.
Like, treated like a startup. Like it has to be. We're looking for. You look at the PLL. The PLL just got what 500.
I boycott them because they don't have a Columbus team.
Was it 500 million or 500,000?
Million. It was million. Yeah,
500 million in their first round of or second round.
Must have been valuation of 500 million. I think they got 5 at 5. Yeah.
Either way, they're doing like seed funding and stuff like that.
And what would USA team handball be? $20?
Like
I wouldn't.
It's very, very.
I got a $5,000 offer for their Armada once. I should have taken that.
What could have been?
It was your buddy.
What could have been? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the point. Is like, I founded a club in Columbus
with
you.
Buddy?
I don't know. This was years ago.
I think it was Mac. It was Mac.
Probably Mac.
He wanted me to dig up his buried dog.
We
thing.
founded a club. We know what it's like. It sucks. It's not fun. You lose a lot of money. You sweat a lot. You try and fail, and that's all we do in American handball. It's all we've talked about on this podcast is failure. Because when, you know what good stuff we've talked about? Our best episodes ever. When we took 20 kids to Macedonia. When we took 20 kids to Hungary. When we took kids to Norway and Denmark, and we've given them experiences and value. And are there other people doing this? Yeah.
North Carolina went to Italy.
When? This year?
Last year.
I didn't know. Good for them. Cal Heat they go to Sweden every year, which is great. And Partille, you went to Partille. I didn't get to go. I was too old. And that's great. And outside of those, who's doing something? What are we giving these kids in value add to come back after the college? What are we giving club players at all?
Today, Max, we played softball with 10 other athletic dudes.
Easily have come
4 or 5 other athletic women.
They're not coming to Chicago winter practice ever.
They don't need to be playing 16-inch softball.
No. I haven't played handball, I haven't played outside of New Jersey in 2 years, and I love the sport, and I would play any time. No one has ever been like...
I wouldn't want to recruit the guys from the other team, though.
No, they were too try hard. Yes. Outside of the Milwaukee, I'm in the Milwaukee group chat, it's unfortunately too far of a drive for me to get to practice. At least those are real guys that reach out to me, that invite me, and are nice. Yeah, Mom's a long-time friend. Shout out to all those guys. That's probably one of the nicer teams we got. It's just an epidemic of guys who don't care, they just like their friend group, and I'm talking adult friend group, 35-year-old friend group, 45-year-old friend group at this point. Yeah. And so you go to tournaments with them, or you call in the Danish guys and you call it a day. Yep. Every Danish player that comes to America and plays in an American tournament is a spot that an American player isn't playing on that same team, and that's a problem. What are you doing to grow the sport when you're flying in 10 guys from down? Yeah, congrats. And that's my whole thing. Sorry to go off on Lewis again. I'm talking too much. Well, you got what? You're going to the Club World Cup? Cool. We always send a team. We always lose by 50 to every one of these teams. They're going to lose by 50 to every one of those teams.
How many games they winning? I've had this conversation with some people.
They're probably being the Australians.
Okay.
And then the Saudis usually win. You want to get... Yeah, let's do a Club World. Yeah. But they're in the PL1? What does that even mean? I couldn't figure it out.
So...
Is that playing?
We don't know 2 of the teams.
Okay.
So they're definitely playing Zamalek and Veszprém.
Okay, Veszprém is going to beat them by 90.
So then when they win, wherever they finish, so PQ1 winners and PQ2 winners.
So if you lose PQ1 or 2, you're just out, right?
Yeah.
So they have
I don't know that they're just... I don't know what...
Do you have to beat Zamalek? Who's Zamalek?
Zamalek's the Egyptian team.
Okay, so they're going to lose to them because we...
I don't know, Zamalek's good.
The only other one that's equivalent to us is the Sydney University.
They would beat Sydney.
Yeah.
They would beat the...
Comfortably.
Paneros is the Mexican team.
Yeah, that's fine. El Ali's going to beat them. Ronaldo plays there.
I don't know who Montada or Bergen is.
Bergen is in Norway, right?
But that's not spelled the same. But those feel like games that this team could...
The team's not bad. It's just why.
But the thing is all right, so they brought in all these ex-Olympians, gold medal Olympians. They brought in world champions. They brought in real handball players. Yes, they are past their prime.
And they still barely won.
And the team that Nyack put together is guys that play second, third league Denmark. They're not dudes. But they're good. So that's where it's just kind of a...
It's an arms race to nothing.
I don't know what to make of it.
What if the Cold War was Mauritania versus the Bahamas, and everyone's they're struggling to make an airplane. Everyone's okay. The USA is oh hi.
Yeah.
It's people cared about the people cared about the Cold War because the U.S. and the Soviet Union had nuclear weapons. Nyack and LA have Instagrams.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
They're doing this arms race. And once again, need I remind you, every dollar spent on that is a dollar not being used on domestic development or domestic anything. Because how many viewers did the U.S. National Championship get?
It was decent.
It was probably over 50, under 100.
The biggest game though was I forget which game it was.
Was it over under 1,000?
Not the LA game. It was pretty high.
Over 1,000?
Let me go look real quick.
I'm gonna bet a lot of money on it being under 1,000. And also, that's not development because, as we know, YouTube views aren't development. Streaming is development. Streaming with viewers is development. We don't have that. We don't have anything. It's on the official USATH YouTube, which is good. But and I've said this time and time again, if you're taking time out, that's just the ice machine.
Every time.
If you're taking time out of your day to watch the USA Team Handball YouTube, you are in the top 0.0001% of handball watchers and knowers in the United States.
All right. We gotta.
I'm seeing 100 views.
We gotta keep going. Okay. So here we go. Court 3.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2.8 thousand views.
With that said, that's not
that was court
live
3.
views, though. Those are cumulative.
Okay.
And anyone can click in after the tournament.
But that was court 3.
Yeah, I'm just saying you can't get like a real view number in retrospect.
I can't get a live a peak. I can get peak. We can get peak data.
Yeah, because there weren't any.
Hold on. Let's see.
I sure as hell wasn't watching.
And we're gonna have to cut this so I can get my. How do I find?
Oh,
peak?
we're at 45 minutes. We got a whole episode here. We were worried we didn't have a lot to talk about.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah, it's not telling me what Kurt will have to get us the peak info.
Yeah, and like it's a few thousand. It's not bad, but
I mean,
is that
for perspective? All right, when Max and I had our barstool business,
yeah.
all right, that situation has 65,000 viewers.
So we got 10 times the most viewed USA Nationals video.
30 times.
30 times, yeah. And that's just us. And what did we do for development? And did we fly in anyone from Denmark for that? Well, we did.
Oh, all right. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. But they were flying in anyways.
They were here. It didn't matter.
We didn't pay for that.
Yeah, they were here for other reasons.
And you set that up organically by yourself.
Yeah.
That's, to me, that's
Shout
the
out
school.
Tyreed.
Yeah, I love Tyreed. That's the school of greatness.
Yeah.
Tyreed Nyack player. Long time.
He's not swapping teams.
Tyreed's an American success story. I've said it for Donlan, American success story. Gilbert Goubelet from the French First Division won a gold medal. Not American success story.
Gilbert Goubelet. That sounds like
Ben-
Gilbert Grape.
Ben
What's
Griff,
eating him?
Ben Griff, American success story. Great guy. One of my favorite. We were just talking about him today.
Naturalized.
Hopkins handball legend.
Anyways, we'll wrap things up.
Wrap.
But what do we have to look forward to until our next show here? We got quite a few things coming down in the next 3
We got
weeks.
Jersey. We got Vegas, which I might be at. I'm going to try to go. We got my election episode. Maybe we'll try to get like a live Q&A going. We got the American Girl Doll store tomorrow.
Yeah.
With the Orr family.
Big time.
Will not be in attendance, unfortunately. And then number 5, what do we got? That's probably it.
Anyways, so a lot coming down the pipe. So stay tuned. Oh, we have the men's team plays Canada in Sioux City, Iowa.
If the same. If it wasn't the same weekend as Vegas, I'd just drive down for that because it's funny.
It is not close.
No, it is not. The
To
men's
you.
team
It's the
just
whole
beat
state of Iowa.
Canada by a lot, right?
Yeah, so I'm not. It's kind of annoying, but a necessity. This is for Pan Am's. So.
I mean, there's obviously nothing we can get around. We need to go to Pan Am's, and we need to do well at Pan Am's. Where are Pan Am's this year? Next year? Where are they?
Peru again.
I don't think I've been in the U.S. ever.
I legitimately don't know.
You
the
could
last
warm up
time
for the
it was
Olympics.
In,
I bet it was in like Indianapolis or something.
yeah, like in the 80s.
Yeah, Pan Am's need to come. Columbus is an Olympic city. I was going to sign up to volunteer at the Olympics, didn't end up doing it. And it's like list your location, and it's like Columbus, LA.
Yeah,
I was like,
it makes me laugh every time.
Pan American. This is bad podcasting. Sorry, in USA. The 2027 is in Lima.
Yeah, okay, so I was right.
I don't even think they have ever been.
Here we go. No, it was in Indianapolis '87. That's what I was thinking of.
I said Indy.
I said '80s. So yeah, and that was the Chicago in '59. Only 2 times.
Dude, it should be in Chicago right now. That'd go crazy.
I just don't. I don't understand.
Yeah,
why
Peru, Chile, Peru, Paraguay. Who is setting these? Why are we back in Peru?
Like, yeah, exactly.
And it's the same city, 8 years apart. This is stupid.
It sounds like, and then it's going to Paraguay.
Well, have you seen who won the most medals at each one?
Yeah.
And it's every single one, but the first time it's the U.S.
Look at that.
No one can see that.
America. It's
We've been talking about going to to Brazil next summer for the Women's World Cup. Be pretty sweet.
Brazil would be on my list of places to go sometime. We talked about places you would live. Chat, please comment on how long you would live in Kenya.
I was at 1 to 2 weeks.
Just put it in the chat. No, I'm not gonna say.
Do we have a chat? This is Spotify.
Put it in the chat.
All right, let's.
So
I think that's a great time to wrap it up.
Great ender.
And takes out JD.
Oh, any closing thoughts though?
Yeah, vote for me if you want change. If you don't want change, if you want status quo, if you want to try to fire Mike, whatever, do it. Just don't vote for me.
Mike will gladly step down, as shocking as that may be.
I'm taking his place. I'd apply if they paid me, if they matched my current salary.
Impossible. Impossible. So, anyways, with that, as always, keep on shooting. Shooter.